as we can. Gentlewoman from California, Mrs. Kim, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman and Ranking Member, for holding this hearing, and I want to thank all of our witnesses for joining us today. You know, last year, I was proud to work with President Trump on getting key provisions in the Working Families Tax Cuts Act that is already signed into law, and I'm so excited a lot of Americans will see the benefits of it as they file tax returns. And thanks to his leadership, Americans are going to be supercharged when they file. So one of my favorite aspects of the bill is Trump accounts that will be seeded with $1,000 for children who were born between January 1 of 2025 and December 31 of 2028. And last week, when Secretary Besson was before our committee, he shared that already over 1 million families had signed up for that account. Mr. O'Leary, good to see you again. Can you talk about how you think these Trump accounts will lead to a more financially literate generation of Americans?
Yeah, I think it's a great innovation. I endorsed it at the time it was announced. I think getting the word out is very important, as you're doing now. What's unique about this on a bipartisan way, and I spent so much of my career in education, educational software, and most of the policy for that came from New York, Florida, Texas, and California. We were very successful in reading and math and advanced scores there. We failed miserably in financial literacy. And so with this account, by the time the child turns 5, as we continue to advance in technology, or 6 around that age, on whatever device they have, they're going to see their own personal net worth. And if it grows to the index of the market with no further investment than 1,000, they'll get 8 to 12% a year, is likely. That will trigger an interest at an early age to understand what this is, how it works, and a great opportunity for the parents to explain all aspects of financial literacy, including debt, and how if you have too much debt, you'll lose what's on your phone here. I mean, I wish I had this for my kids. It's a great idea. I can't say enough good stuff about it. I think it's completely bipartisan. And what I like about it for my employees, I can also invest in the employee by advancing their family. So imagine if you're trying to retain a real great engineer, a software engineer, and they just had a kid, and you say to them, look, not only are you getting your bonus this year, but I'm giving to your family by that child. I want to donate to that too. So, and I think you've already seen J.P. Morgan get behind this. Michael Dell put another $6.2 billion with his wife Susan. It's a great innovation. I can't find anybody who doesn't like it on either side. It's a great idea, so you're right.
Especially those of us in California, New York, New Jersey, we're going to do everything we can to amplify the benefits of Trump accounts. And you may know I serve as co-chair of the Financial Literacy and Wealth Creation Caucus, and I know this could be one of the tools that we can utilize. You know, it's so hard to get kids' attention to financial literacy. However, if they know that they already have $1,000 that will continue to grow with the power, or I say the magic of compound interest, I think they're going to be pretty much very, very excited, and they're far more likely to invest and use this so they can utilize the funds to create the long-term wealth. And continuing with that, I know, Mr. O'Leary, throughout your career, you have been a long-standing advocate for diversification of investments. So talk about why that investment strategy is so important to avoid financial disaster.
Well, what we've all learned, diversity is the only free lunch in investing, and I learned that from my mother. She had a rule, no more than 20% in any one sector, no more than 5% in any one stock or bond, and that has really saved my hiney over the years as there's been lots of volatility. But lately, there's new asset classes emerging, and I think it's really interesting. You know, obviously, crypto is volatile, et cetera, but I love the idea of financial literacy talking about diversification, and when you index, most of these accounts are just going to own the S&P 500. That's 500 stocks across 11 sectors. Now that's diversification. That's why this is a great learning tool. It's a fantastic educational process. I mean, it's amazing when you can find something where nobody dislikes it. That never happens in this town.
I agree with you 100%. You're right on that when you spread investments across sectors and companies, you're much more resilient to market shifts. That's why I'm so proud that we're working on SEEDS Act that will not only make Trump accounts permanent, but also allow our American working class families to be able to also invest in crypto assets. So let's talk quickly. In the last 5 years, cryptocurrency adoption and value have dramatically increased. by allowing asset diversification through Trump accounts and will allow American families to continue to benefit from the democratization of finance. I
Gentlelady's
have so
time
many
has
questions
expired.
to you and conversation I would love to have,
And the
but
gentlelady
my time's
can,
up.
and the gentlelady
I
can
yield.
submit those questions in writing, and we will pass those along.